As you can tell from my figure, I love to eat. And I really love to eat Korean food, the food of my people. My guests today are making sure that the rest of the world loves Korean food. Please welcome Eric Rhee, producer of the PBS TV show Kimchi Chronicles, and Hooni Kim, chef owner of Danji restaurant in New York City. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks, Esther.
Now, both of you are really big stars in the Korean food world. If you don't know this by now, you should be more vain. Eric, you produced the PBS show The Kimchi Chronicles, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous travel food log where you show Korea and Korean food. How did you get this really phenomenal project off the ground?
You know, it was a lot of luck and good timing on our part, because it's really an effort of the Korean government to sort of want to spread the message of Korean food and culture. And so with the help of the Korean government and just good timing in terms of the sponsorship side, we were able to, secure the right resources. And we also met the incredible Marja von Gersten and her husband, who, for them was the right timing too. They had some time to travel and they wanted to take this journey with us. So it was a combination of luck and just great timing.
Yeah, let me show everybody, because not only did you do the DVD, but there is a companion book, which is also just beautiful, beautiful. And Hooni, you started a Korean restaurant in Hell's Kitchen in a bad economy called Danji. What does Danji mean, and how did you start your business?
Danji is actually the little clay pots that Koreans hold and store kimchi, soy sauce, soybean paste.
Let's do a little backstory. Eric and Hooni, where did you go to college?
I went to Columbia University in New York.
And what did you major in?
Industrial engineering.
Industrial engineering. Hooni, yours is a better story. Where did you go to college?
I went to UC Berkeley, and I was an environmental science major. And after that, I didn't know what to do, and I was smart. And being an Asian, I went to medical school.
Medical school, ladies and gentlemen.
So I passed all my boards, and I was about to apply for residency, but I started getting these headaches, and I really needed some time off before I made that commitment. And I took a year's hiatus and went to cooking school.
Which one?
FCI, French Culinary Institute. Learned how to cook food in general. You work at these French restaurants, you work at these Japanese, Italian restaurants, and food is the same. You still cook the onions a certain way, you still cook the potatoes a certain way. I learned how to taste Korean food by going to Korea every summer. My parents, from when I was a little baby, sent me to Korea every summer. One, not to forget the language. Two, just to sort of remember where I came from. And the one thing that I really like to do is eat.
Yeah, see, I didn't go to Korea. I went to Korean church, which is how I learned to cook Korean food. But Eric, how did you get into the TV business?
I had to say the same word, but a lot of luck. I actually came from engineering, and I even got my master's at Columbia, thinking I was going to be a hotshot finance guy. So I did some work at a hedge fund up in Boston for about a year, and it was through sort of a friend and mentor, Charlie Pinsky, who's been a longtime PBS producer, that said, hey, why don't we go to Spain together and just see how it is, and maybe you'd be interested in working on this. And I said, well, no, I kind of want to make money. And he said, well, let's just figure out the money part afterwards, but just come to Spain with me for a month.
Spain, so let's get to that. You did the Spain on the road again. With who?
There's 4 people, actually. Mario Batali, Gwyneth Paltrow, Mark Bittman from the New York Times, and Claudia Basols, whose career is taking off in Hollywood right now.
Well, how was it to work with Mario and Gwyneth? And you know what? Forget about them. How was Gwyneth? Did she say hello to me? Yeah. Does she want my phone number? Did you tell her I'm free New Year's Eve?
They're all fantastic people. It's sort of like traveling with 4 friends, and the idea of the show is to really embrace sort of friendships and conversations and the food.
Right now, I want to talk about the Kimchi Chronicles, because I want to find out how was it to work with Hugh Jackman, because ladies and gentlemen, Hugh Jackman is in the Kimchi Chronicles. I said to my husband, just because we're married doesn't mean I can't date, right? Because Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Mr. Man from Oz, Boy from Oz. Did you get his address and cell number? Because I really want to call him.
So actually, Hugh and his family live in the same building as Jean-Georges and Marja. So it was actually a nice, friendly environment to work with them. And being friends, you know, and Hugh has a history with Korean food, and his father used to travel to Korea for business. So when we sort of said, hey, would you like to come out, and you know, and he said, of course, I'd come up to the country. And Jean-Georges and Marja cooked for them, and they were fantastic. Marja and Jean-Georges were fantastic. They're so passionate about the culture and the food that you can't really ask for better talent. So
Well, but then you got even better talent. You had Heather Graham is in the Kimchi Chronicles. She's perfection, stunning. I hate her. Slim and blonde, my basic nightmare.
And
How
she
was it
eats.
to work with?
I mean,
and she eats?
Yeah,
she really did eat?
She really ate. She said, I'm down to try anything once in Korea. And a lot of the things she ate, she actually loves. She loves makgeolli, she loves pajeon, she loves pindaedeok. I mean, she would eat more than me and drink more than me on certain days. So
Really?
Yeah.
She's so little.
Are the first Korean restaurant in the world to receive a star from the Michelin Guides.
Munse. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
And you also got featured in the New York Times, New York Magazine, Wall Street Journal, The New Yorker, New York Post, Bloomberg, The Village Voice, and that's just a few of everything. How does that feel to get this kind of attention?
Just like Eric, I feel lucky. We've been open less than a year, and it's, you know, that was our goal, to sort of put Korean food on the map, meaning there have been a couple of restaurants that did get some sort of media attention, but not the scope that we're getting now, where every major publication has something to say about our restaurant. And I think it was because the other Korean restaurants in New York don't have chefs. The chef isn't the owner. Nobody knows who the chef of these restaurants on 32nd Street are. They know who the owners are, but the chefs change. They, you know, there is no real face of the restaurant, unlike Jean-Georges, unlike, you know, the other Michelin-starred restaurants. And for us, it was very important that me being chef and the owner, I made sure that everybody sort of knew my background, where I wanted the food to be the focus, I wanted the ingredients to be the focus, and I sort of wanted to elevate Korean cuisine to sort of the next level.
Now, Marja and Jean-Georges use traditional Korean ingredients, like, you know, soy sauce and doenjang and rice vinegar, sesame oil. But they also use 7-Up to marinate bulgogi and American cheese in kimbap.
these are sort of adaptations. Actually, the 7-Up is actually a recipe from my mom, because growing up, I'm just nostalgic, so sort of my sort of input was like, you know,
you told them to do that?
Well,
I thought it was actually very, very clever, but...
well, yeah, it adds a little bit of tenderness, and I'm not sure what Hooni uses in his secret recipe.
Hooni, you are very, very traditional, right? In your,
Well, no, I understand why she used, she used 7-Up, because in the marinade, you have to add liquid and you have to add sugar. So 7-Up.
It's like 39 grams of sugar. It's a lot. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the cheese is sort of Marja's history with Korean food. She just loves American cheese and a little bit of everything.
And so put that in. I thought it was very clever. Did you taste it? What did it taste like?
It's great. It actually actually balances out like butter. It just makes it a little bit thicker and smoother rather than it breaks down the acid a little bit, and so I think that helps sometimes.
But you know, the fact that they incorporated 7-Up and American cheese just proves that all groups embrace Korean food, because I do a weekly Korean banquet Shabbat dinner. It's Jewish food. I throw in soy sauce and gochugaru, and everybody thinks I'm a genius. But also, the synonym for Korean food is colon blow, right? Because there's so much, you know, fiber and roughage an hour after you eat it. You know, you're passing wicker furniture. What are those? What do you call that? The bugs that she ate.
Oh yeah, bandegi.
I found that actually. You can actually buy that in the Korean food store here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, I got to
And-
tell you something. There is no amount of money that will get me to try this.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, no. And I don't care if Hugh Jackman is standing in front of me eating this. I love him, but not that much. I love how they have like the different Korean foods. Like this one is a snack. It's actually lactic acid fermented snack. I had some of this while I was coming here. My favorite of all, Glean Tea. This is the tea company that doesn't have spell check. Thank you, Eric Rhee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hooni Kim, for coming on our
pleasure.
show. And for Asian America, I am Esther Goodhart. We'll see you next time.